Speaking of states that just suck, North Carolina. It's a garbage state. A lot of the people, I would say a good chunk of the people, if not a majority of people that live there, are just trash. The politicians from North Carolina, I'd say a good 90% of them trash, right? The judges in North Carolina, trash, right? It's just a garbage state. Let's be honest. It's one of the worst states I've ever seen, and I say that having lived there for a while. It's a piece of fucking dog shit state. But anyway, so the state proving once again how bad it is. North Carolina judge upholds state's ban on abortions after 20 weeks. Oh, isn't that great? A U.S. district judge in North Carolina overturned an injunction that allowed women to have an abortion after 20 weeks. U.S. District Judge William Osteen reinstated an unenforced 20-week ban with exceptions for urgent medical emergencies. Again, I need you to understand, exceptions for the life of the mother or whatever, that doesn't mean anything, because you're going to, like, if you're going to get charged with murder, right, or you're going to get charged with abortion, whatever it is technically, no matter what. And the exceptions, right, you have to prove to a court, you have to prove to a jury in some instances, that you would have died but for the intervention of the doctor to abort the fetus, right? How do you prove that? How do you prove that? It's not as easy as, like, the doctor just going up there and saying, oh, well, you see that there's a hemorrhage here and there, and then, the only way to stop the hemorrhaging was to go in there and, like, blah, blah, blah. Because people on a jury, you think a jury of your peers are going to know what the fuck that means? You know what I mean? Right? So, I need you to understand the exceptions thing. It really doesn't mean anything in the real world. People that are going to be safe because of these exceptions, in some theoretical sense, they're still going to have to go through court battles for years and years and years to prove that their miscarriage was, resolved because, or some stupid fucking crazy shit. So I need you to understand that, right? I really need you to understand that. The exceptions, in some areas, exceptions are worse than no exceptions because they're going out there and parading. See, we're not devils. We're all going to have exceptions here. We're not evil, right? We think that there should be some exception, but, like, in reality, in enforcement, it's a non-thing. Because then a doctor is going to know, if I save this person's life, theoretically, I'm going to go to jail if my reason isn't good enough, right? And so they're going to be less lenient on actually saving people's lives because they don't want to go to jail just for doing their job, right? So anyway, just throwing that out there. After he said the landmark U.S. Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade erased the legal foundation for his 2019 ruling that placed an injunction on the 1973 state law, neither this court nor the public, blah, blah, blah. Republican General Assembly leaders had urged Osteen to restore the ban in a July 27 friend of the court brief. I love that, friend of the court brief. Yeah, we're all friends, You're supposed to be an impartial judge. Well, just so you know, the Republican Party is your friend, and we're going to just brief everyone on how we're such great friends, Before Osteen's ruling, abortions were legal in North Carolina until fetal viability, which generally falls between 24 and 28 weeks of pregnancy, or in certain medical emergencies. Osteen's ruling will likely add fuel to an already contentious midterm election year after the Supreme Court's blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so obviously, well, I guess it's not obvious if you don't know, North Carolina does have a Democrat governor, and so any further restrictions getting into place, like the time reducing from 20 somewhere else, is unlikely unless someone can oust Roy Cooper. All right, I don't think Roy Cooper is going to run again. I'm not sure, but anyway, so we'll see. But North Carolina, again, they're laying all the groundwork. All they need is a Republican governor, and they're going to go full fascist. Trust me. The people that live there, the politicians there, are fucking insane. Those are some insane motherfuckers. Insane in the membrane, folks. But just another state that's just garbage,